What's going on, guys? What's going on, Tech Squad? What's going on, everybody? So Caitlin Clark wants to compete in the 3 point competition, in the W 3 point competition in Indiana this year. She said that she wanted to compete in the competition this year, and we know that Caitlin Clark turned down to compete in the 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 NBA 3 point competition for All Star Weekend. And I think that format was supposed to be for the NBA All Stars. For the NBA All Star game, I think that format was supposed to be probably WNBA players, like two WNBA players, like Sabrina School and Caitlin Clark versus Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I think that was how the format was supposed to be. We know the All Star game is in Indiana for the WNBA. We know the All Star game is in Golden State for Golden State for the NBA. For the NBA. So for the NBA, I mean, we know that the NBA All Star Weekend is in Golden State. We know that the WNBA All Star game for the W is in Indiana this year. So with that said, let me get that off. I'm totally okay with Caitlin Clark not competing in this. But would people like to see? Would like to see a Caitlin Clark, a W versus NBA 3 point competition? Probably, but I think other players would be want to be in that league, in that competition as well. But guys, sub if you're new. But here is what I'm going to say about the format. Is that about Caitlin Clark turning down the NBA, for that? Is that Caitlin Clark wants? Let me get the elephant out of the room. Sometimes you're going to have to turn down stuff and say no to stuff. And with Caitlin Clark saying that she wants to compete in the W 3 point competition in Indiana this year, and she turned down the 3 point competition between Klay Thompson, however the format was supposed to be. Because the NBA All Star Weekend format, they've been trying different formats. And we saw how Sabrina Usku went out there for the WNBA and hit easy money buckets. Because Sabrina Usku competed in the WNBA All Star 3 point competition. And then Steph Curry and Sabrina Usku competed against each other. So what I'm saying here is that, let me get the elephant out of the room. Caitlin Clark broke records. Caitlin Clark broke records last year. And Caitlin Clark broke records last year. And for her saying no to the NBA and want to compete in the WNBA, she knows what she's doing. She wants the WNBA to grow more. And she wants the WNBA to grow more. And I get that last year we saw in our Star Weekend, we saw Steph versus Sabrina. And Sabrina School made 26 easy money buckets. And Steph Curry made 29 easy money buckets to win this belt. But With Caitlin Clark, let me get the elephant out of the room. With Caitlin Clark, she wants to make the WNBA better. Um, Angel Reese wants to make the WNBA better. Angel Wilson wants to make the WNBA better. Sabrina Usku wants to make the WNBA better. All these WNBA players want to make the WNBA better. And and I I applaud all of them. And I know the NBA players, the NBA players, the NBA players show a lot of love and a lot of support, a lot of a lot of support to a lot of support to a lot of support to the WNBA. I get that a lot of the players show a lot of support to the WNBA. But the WNBA players need to get paid more. And I get that Caitlin Clark wants to compete in the WNBA All Star 3-point competition instead of the NBA All Star competition. Instead of the NBA All Star competition. Because Caitlin Clark brings the WNBA has more views than the NBA. Than the NBA. Had more views than the NBA. And like I said before, Caitlin Clark can hit 3 point. Let me get the elephant out of the room. Caitlin Clark can hit 3-point money buckets like Steph Curry. But when Caitlin Clark turns down to compete in that competition with probably however the format was, either Steph, Klay Thompson, Sabrina Usku, and Caitlin Clark again, a 2-on-2 in a 3-point competition. She knows what she's doing. She wants to make the WNBA better. And I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this because let me get the elephant out of the room. I'm okay with this because let me get the elephant out of the room. Sometimes you're going to have to turn down opportunities and say no to other opportunities. Because with Caitlin Clark saying, I want to compete in my own league's 3-point competition, instead of the NBA's 3-point, the NBA's challenge or format, whatever it was going to be like. Because the NBA over the years tried different formats. And it did not work out. It did not work. Some of the formats did work out, some of it didn't work out. But with Caitlin Clark wanting to compete in the W 3-point competition, I get it. Instead of competing in the NBA competition like Sabrina did last year, like I think Caitlin Clark. Let me get the elephant out of the room. Caitlin Clark is smart by turning down this, but by turning down the NBA 3-point competition and wanting to compete in her league's 3-point competition. I'm all for it because let me get the elephant out of the room. I'm all for it because I want to see the WNBA has been around 25 plus years, 26 plus years. And it's good to see what the WNBA players the WNBA players are balling. And it's good to see the WNBA players playing in a free-on-free league. But guys, sub if you're new and never give up your dreams. And I hope all of you guys are safe out there. And stay blessed, everybody.